Y'all was gonna be up in here. Hold on, I'm setting all the other cameras up. All right. I think this should do it. I think we are simulcasted. Okay. I think we on all cameras at the same time. Allow me to grab a chair to sit down and to decompress, take my shoes off. Okay. And this camera look a little dirty, so let me clean this camera. Yo, hello. We about to go over it all, child. So if I was you, I would get ready, get your cameras and your recorders out. We got a lot to discuss, okay? So let's make sure everybody is here. And I think, hi. Oh boy, isn't this something? Live and we're not even cooking. Huh? Okay, so as you probably have heard, I took a certain person who likes to hide in the bushes. At this point, I can say everything because it's over with, so ain't no more hiding names and all that. Melanie Ford, who likes to hide in the bushes, to court for a temporary order of protection. After 5 months, 5 months? Well, the first court date was technically in March. No, it happened in March. Service was accepted in April. So May to now, we have a verdict. And the verdict is, the judge did not grant the order of protection, okay? And we have a lot to go over, a lot to discuss. So if I was you, I'd draw in your wondering mind. So I don't know. I guess I should probably start from the beginning and then work my way up to where we are now, all right? So let's start from the very, they said you can't hear me? I don't know why. What y'all want me to do? Facebook friends over here. They said the sound is muffled. Y'all, hold on 1 second. Is the sound really muffled on Facebook? Not my fan page, not y'all. Facebook over here. If it is, child, I don't know what to tell you. Clean your ear out. I don't know what to do. All right? You can hear fine? Okay, good. So it's probably your device. Get out of that Android spirit. Okay? All right, so we have a lot to talk about. I guess the best place to start is from the beginning, all right? Child. Okay, so a lot of y'all have recently started following me, and a lot of y'all have been following me for quite some time, okay? So the people who have been following me for a long time, you will remember there was an application called Periscope. All right, and y'all, these comments are flying. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get to these comments, all right? So please forgive me, okay? There's no way I'm gonna be able to get to all these comments. Baby, I'm about these comments is flying, okay? I ain't never seen as many people on my personal Facebook page. YouTube is loaded. Instagram is loaded. What's this? Instagram, my Facebook fan page, and TikTok. Jesus. Okay, so there was an app called Periscope, and I used to be on Periscope, so you know how I go live now all the time on Instagram. I used to do the exact same thing on Periscope, just go live all the time. And it was not uncommon earlier on in my influencer career, if you will. It was not uncommon for me to get to a city and hang out with people. That's how we found out about Amaru, and that's how we found out all these people that we support. You know, Dee from Little Rock and her cakes and all that. So it was not uncommon for me to basically hang out with the people, right? And so I would do that from time to time, right? Unbeknownst to me, we just have some issues that have manifested themselves into 2022. So there is this lady, her name is Melanese Ford, okay? Melenese Ford. Her husband is Daryl Ford. He is the Chief Human Resources Officer at UPS. And Melanese goes by the name Agate Adorned on, I guess everything, but I know Agate Adorned on Twitter, okay? So, long story short, we were all vibing, everything was good, right? The history between Melanese and I is kind of tricky, so I'm gonna give you all the details. I'm gonna tell you everything from start to finish. So listen up, buttercups, okay? So the history between us is pretty interesting. So at the time, I was just coming into, becoming Darius Cooks. This was 2015. I had quit my job at Cushman & Wakefield, and I was gonna pursue doing dining with Darius Cooks full time, right? Because I was able to put two and two together, and it was a fluke of an idea, but it worked out, and boom, here we are. Same thing with like writing cookbooks and all that. I had no idea where the journey was going to take me, but here we are. So Melanese, from what I remember, would get on my Periscope. And y'all, people in the comments, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong or key people in. If you were there in Periscope, you remember all this. And when I went to, so the only time, I met Melanese twice in real life, right? Twice before all this shit happened with the Bushes. I met her twice in real life. The first time I met Melanese was, I think we had got together in Houston. It was me, Kim Zilton, who I still love and hang out with today, and some more people. I can't remember who. I think Kimmy Felder was there. I know Joseph was there. It was probably like 8 of us, right? We got together. We were in Houston because that's where she lived at the time. And it was not uncommon for me to get together and hang out with people in whatever city. So nothing private, always, amongst the people. So I was in Houston and we had dinner and it was great. We had a good time, boom, boom, boom. We all connected, just like I do with the Atlanta crew and the Houston crew and the LA crew and the whole bit. Just this proves that the LA and the Houston crew and Atlanta crew ain't crazy. Not all of them, at least. So, of course, my text messages are blowing up. Under the mat. I text him that already. So that was the first time I had Melanese. That was in Houston. That must have been 2015-ish, I guess, or like 7 years ago. Maybe 16, who knows? The second time, I'm lying, it was 3 times. The second time I met Melanese was in Austin, Texas. We were doing Dining with Darius Cooks. Melanese had tickets for Dining with Darius Cooks. That, I'm making these days up. Let's say Dining with Darius Cooks was Saturday and Sunday. On Friday, it was like a group of us that went out to a restaurant. And it was like some Asian restaurant in Austin, Texas. I do not remember the name of it, but the food was good. So at that dinner that night, I remember Melanese pouring out her heart. It was like 5 of us, I want to say. Me, Philip, Tiffany, who don't like me no more. She drove from Houston to Austin, Texas. And that night, I was like, where you staying at? She was like, oh, I'm going back home. I'm like, back to Houston? She said, yeah. So she came just for that. I didn't know she liked me like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, sis, all right. How you doing? Anyway, so that evening at dinner, Melanese poured her heart out, right? Melanese said, it's just a pleasure. The same way most of y'all feel right now, right? She was like, it's a pleasure to be around you. It's a pleasure to be in this community. And she literally started crying, and she ended up paying for the bill because she was like, it's just, I'm blessed. It's beautiful to be a blessing to other people. So it was just cool, right? All right, cool. We got somebody in the community that's dope, right? So Dining with Darius Cooks came, I guess, that same weekend. It was Easter weekend. Because now a lot of y'all done been there. Thousands of y'all done been to Dining with Darius Cooks, right? So it was Easter weekend. I forget what year, maybe 2016. And Melanie's started displaying weird behavior, right? So one of the things she did was she bought Easter baskets for everybody at the dinner party, right? Now, imagine you paying your $215, back then it was $175. You pay your $175 to come to dinner, and you bring an Easter basket for everybody, okay? That's number one, okay? Number two, she had 2 chef coats that she got, commissioned, spray painted with my artist, put my face on the back of these chef coats, right? This was a gift to me. Then, and this was on Periscope, the third thing she did was she brought a masseuse to dinner, okay? And she says, oh, you know, you've been working so hard. I felt like a masseuse could, you know, give you some comfort or whatever the case may be. So I sat in the chair. It was like a neck, shoulder, back massage situation. But she did that, right? Now, she'll tell you that I reached out to her for a recommendation for a masseuse. That's what she'll tell you, okay? Hold on, first of all. My friend Kim know me better than almost anybody on here. And me and Kim travels together, we goes out of town. Kim got to beg me to go to the spa to get a massage, okay? You have never heard me tell y'all, turn the comments off. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see if Instagram want the comments on or off. Instagram, do you want the comments on or off? Because we just getting started. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold the line. Someone says on, off, off, off. Okay. Off they go. All right. Comments are off on Instagram. That's what they said. All right. Okay. So she'll tell you that I reached out to her for a referral to a masseuse. That's what she purports, right? And I'm thinking to myself, girl, first of all, why would I ask you for a referral for a masseuse, number one? Number two, what's up, Memphis, Target, hey sis. Number two, I don't get massages, right? So you did this on your own, out of your own fruition, okay? So I'll tell you where things really took a left for me. Now, we had a book club we were gonna do. It was the Darius Cooks book club. We were gonna read Malcolm X. Everybody got the book, we was gonna read it. Well, we needed somebody to lead our little book club, right? I don't have time to lead it. So Melanie's volunteered. Cool, volunteer, lead the book club, sis. Praise God, thank you very much. So fast forward. Now, we never even had one book club meeting, by the way. But I want you to fast forward to Raleigh. Monica Sherd, if you are on here, you probably on Instagram. Hold on one second. Turn on commenting. Monica normally watches me on my Facebook personal page or on Instagram. Monica, what year was that you came in the kitchen? It was me, Bruce, and Stovetop Kisses was there with us. And I had made that Mongolian beef with the noodle situation. I don't know if you on here, Monica, but if you on here, you got to tell the people what year that was, because this is when this happened, when I was in Raleigh, Durham. And we wasn't in Raleigh and we wasn't in Durham, because back then Airbnb wasn't as popular. So we was I don't know where the hell we was, but we was somewhere over there. Okay, I don't know if Monica is on here, but if she is, she'll tell y'all, okay, what year this was. So anyway, everybody, especially from Periscope, right? Everybody know what I do every Saturday and every Sunday. Everybody know. right? It's Dining with Darius Cook. So this was a Saturday. And it was 2016, I want to say. And Melanice calls me, because at this point she had my cell phone number. A few of y'all have my personal cell phone number, people I'm real close with, right? So Q-Shack, and I don't know where I was, child. Oh, let me cut the comments off. Sorry, y'all. They said cut the comments off on Instagram. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me cut the comments off. Turn off comments. Okay, so it was, okay, Christy Paxton said 2016. 2016 sounded about right. Monica is on here. Hey, Monica, love you, sis. This is the one Monica was at. That's how I remember this, right? And I made that strawberry, I made a cookies and cream cake. That's what I had made, okay? Okay, so anyway, everybody know what I be doing. So at like 6:30, my phone rings, right? And it was Melanice calling me, right? I sent her a voicemail. So I think she may have texted me and was like, are you busy? And I'm like, girl, it's 6:30, dinner started at 7, I've been late. Even when I was doing it by myself, yes, I'm busy. But I said, let me take her call because it might be important, right? So I take the phone call, and this is how the phone call goes. This is in 2016. She says in 2016, she calls me and she says, you were on Periscope. The Periscope you did the other day, you were mean to someone. That's what she said. And I'm like, I happen to remember the conversation she's talking about. And I'm like, no. She asked me a question and I gave her an answer. I was not mean. Melanice was like, no, you were mean to her. If you go back and you look at now, you know, back then you could title the scopes, whatever. They could be untitled, whatever. So she said, if you go back and look at the Periscope name, so-and-so, so-and-so, that you did on so-and-so, so-and-so date at so-and-so, so-and-so p.m., and if you scroll in and go to 6 minutes and 42 seconds, you will see exactly what you said. This was the conversation, right? Okay, so it was in that moment that the Capricorn started Capricorning, okay? And I said to myself, I said, you know what? I said, okay, I gotta let her go, right? I gotta let her go. So I ended up blocking her. This was in 2016, okay? So then, because she was a part of the book club, and you know, I got an HR background, I sent her an email that says to her in the email that we would be moving on to book club without her, yada, 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 okay? So that same weekend while I was in Raleigh, Durham, I got an email, right? The email came to, I forget if it came to Yahoo or DariusCooks.com. I forget where it came to, but I got the email. In the email was a bunch of hate shit, like, you fucking faggot, you know, you're never gonna amount to anything, this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. That bothered me a little bit, right? Because, you know, this is 2016. I'm not Darius Cooks like I am today. You can say whatever you want to say to me today. I'll be like, okay, cool, you're right, I'm a faggot, whatever. But back then, I'm like, damn, this kind of bothered me a little bit. So I'm like, how could I figure out who sent me this message? I was using a system called Eventbrite. You might remember this if you bought tickets back in the day. Now, I use my own shit, but back then I used Eventbrite. So I'm on Eventbrite. You can run a report on Eventbrite of orders along with email addresses and the IP address from where a person purchased a ticket, right? So I said, okay, fierce, got it. So, you know, I'm an Excel guru. So I ran a report of everybody who purchased a ticket, downloaded the report into a CSV, all right? Converted the CSV file into an XLS file, okay? I threw in a VLOOKUP, because at this point, I'm like, I want to see if I can cross-reference the IP address on this email to the IP address that might be in my system. And wouldn't you know it, on the cross-reference, the ticket belonged to Melanice Ford, all right? Now, this is all alleged, because guess what? I don't have no more access to Eventbrite, none of that shit. You see what I'm saying? But back in the day, when I've looked it up, boom, it's her. So at this point, I'm like, that's it. I blocked her. Like, you definitely gone at this point. So After I blocked her, I ended up getting a voicemail. Okay? Now, you can be the judge of the voicemail if you want to. All right? But this voicemail is 2 minutes and oh shit, what if I don't have it? I know I got this voicemail. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I got this voicemail. Hold on, I called myself cleaning up my damn computer this weekend. Hold on, let me go to my sent folder. I got it. Bear with me 1 second, would you? Where there is a will, there is a way. I got it right here. Bam. All right, here is the voicemail right here.
Yes, this is an urgent message intended for...
Wait, hold on. Why is my thing on over there? Hold on. Child. Wait a minute. Okay, here it goes. I got it.
Darius, good morning. This is Melanie.
Can y'all hear this, or do I need to put this on a speaker? Let me hook up my, y'all ain't got nowhere to go, do y'all? Let me hook up my speaker, hold on. That way y'all can hear it, because I really want y'all to hear it. Okay? I really want you to hear it, and I don't want it to be too low. And the Bible said you got to be ready for when he comes. So, what am I? Ready. You cut this on. Let me sync up my Bluetooth to this. Okay, hold the line. This is my Dining with Darius Cook speaker. All right, y'all just hold on 1 second. I'm gonna play this real loud so you can hear real good, so you know what's going on. All right, just hold the line 1 second. This is gonna be very important. I think we connected. Okay, now let me play the voicemail. The voicemail is 2 minutes and 51 seconds long, but here we go. Hold on, the devil busy, child. Hold on, I gotta close some applications. Hold the line, I'm closing my application. Oh shit, wait. Child. That won't play. Let me put it on my computer. Hold on, I'm gonna play this, goddammit. Hold the line, just hold on. All right, we finna play this. Let's see if this is it. Oh shit, not that, there is this.
Darius, good morning. This is Melanie. I don't know why it's so difficult. Darius, good morning. This is Melanie. I don't know why it's so difficult for you to be mature in this situation. I've never tried to defame you. I've never tried to come after you. I would think that you would be smart enough to keep my name out of your mouth. The only thing I did was to come to you privately and speak to you about a situation which you allowed me to do, okay? For whatever reason, you chose to take the information that I brought to you, not behind your back, but to you, and trying to assist and trying to be an example and trying to just give you some advice that I wish somebody had gave to me, because I said to you, I too have made the same misstep. Not in a funky way, not in a disrespectful way, but I came to you. Why you took that information and thought that I was attacking you, I don't know. You then made the decision to say, okay, to send me this little spineless email and say, oh, okay, I think this is best. Okay, cool, it's best. But then you were shitty enough to leave an email or to go on the book club. It could have been okay for you to say, hey guys, there's been a change. Mel's not in the book club anymore, or hey guys, the book club's gonna go on. Mel's not gonna be a part of it, or whatever. But no, being the drama person that you are, apparently, you felt the need to go ahead and put it, oh, I've made the decision, and make it this big thing and make it all drama. I'm calling you direct. If you have a problem with me, pick up your goddamn phone and give me a call. Because we can make this messy if you want to, because like I said before, I have the time and the resources to make this as ugly as you want it to be. I choose not to be that person. I've not tried to come after you. I've not tried to bother you. All I have done is continue to say, hey, the only thing that has happened is I no longer will be a part of his scope. I have a wonderful cookbook. I'm not trying to defame you. You're messy. Call me a bitch one more time, okay? As a matter of fact, unblock me, and if you want to make this so public, let's make it public in front of everybody. But what you seem to like to do is to go on, use my name, or insinuate and say all kind of messy stuff, and then
Okay, so then the voicemail cuts off, right? But you get the gist of exactly what was going on. This voicemail was left in 2016. All right, let me say that one more time. This voicemail was left in 2016. This is 2022 and we're still dealing with it. All right. So essentially what has happened at this point is I blocked her, as you can hear what she say, you know, as a matter of fact, unblock me. We could make this messy in front of everybody, right? And I'm like, sis, your husband, this is my thought. Your husband worked down at UP. Your husband is the chief human resources officer. At the time, Xerox. Now he at UPS. I don't have a boss. You see what I'm saying? Like, the pettier I am, the more money I make. So this probably ain't the battle you want to go through. You see what I'm saying? Especially not on social media. Because I give zero fucks about social media. Just FYI, okay? So this happens and everything is cool, right? She's gone out of my way. Everything's fine. About a year and a half ago, this, you might find this interesting. A woman by the name of Angela Davis, also known as the Kitchenista, decides to come after me, and don't worry, because we're going to dig into her in a little bit. This, because I got to clear my name, all right? I have been silent about this for a reason. You understand me? I have not brought any of this up besides a few mentions here and there on Instagram. It's over. You understand me? Over. So, the Kitchenista starts, right? And we'll get into her and all that shit later. But guess who decides to pop back up into the picture after she has been gone for like 5 years? Melanie's Ford, all right? Now, I don't know what Miss Ford has been thinking about. I don't know why I have been on Miss Ford's mind. But I can tell you some of the conversations that she and I have had prior to all of this. I remember one time she told me in 2015, she said to me, "You're acting like new money." Well, bitch, in 2015, it was new money. You see what I'm saying? Like, it definitely was new money back then. Further, she says, and she said this in court, and y'all Periscope that's on here, go in. She said that I reached out to her to be a mentor to me. She said out of her mouth and on Roland Martin's show, I'm taking these comments off on Instagram. And on I'm just gonna, if somebody on here I like, comment, I'm gonna make you a moderator. She told the people on everywhere, she said, I reached out to her to be a mentor to me. Yes, child, a whole mentor is what she said, right? Okay, fine. You know good and damn well I didn't do any of that. So fast forward to the kitchenista, Angela Davis, starting all this mess, and they're watching, hey y'all. And now Melanice attaches herself to the kitchenista. Who? These people don't even know each other. Melanice and the kitchenista do not even know each other. What they both have is a disdain for me. Why? Self-made. You understand me? I don't have to report to anybody. There is no middleman between me and my customer, right? So these people are all up. You know, when the black man start doing good, you know, and it's unfortunate that it's these black women trying to tear down a black man. If the shoe was on the other foot, y'all been left with me. But you know what? Neither here nor there. We'll talk about that later. So Melanice decides to start this campaign. Now, Melanice goes on Twitter and Roland Martin, okay? He does on the kitchenista and self-made. I'm going to say this in front of everybody, right? I'm going to say this in front of everybody. Show me $1 million in the bank. You feel me? If we doing the same thing and you like, okay, cool, I'm going to hate on you, show me the money. I don't care about shows. I don't care about endorsements. At the end of the day, all of us are doing this work for money. Show it to me, right? Now, here's my point. Okay, so Melanice jumps into the conversation, and Melanice is like, oh, I was doxxed by Darius. Now, she said it so much that I said, well, shit. Maybe I did dox her. Maybe I did give out her personal information, right? So that prompted me to go look up Shopify. Melenese space FORD. Search, okay? It made me go look up and say, damn, maybe I did dox her. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find, oh, I'm under draft orders. Oh, I gotta do it from the computer. That's how old it is. I can't even do it on the app. I gotta do it from the computer. Hold on, hold the line, I'm logging in. That's how old this is. I gotta go on the damn computer. Or is it under M4? Let me see, hold on y'all. I got it, you know I got it. Cause I said, damn, maybe I did dox her. She said I doxed her, so I'm like, shit, maybe I did. I'm trying to see if I can find the order. I can't even find the damn order on my damn phone. Hold on. I gotta find her email. And I don't even know what the hell email was, child. Y'all hold the line. Okay, I'm gonna find it and then post it. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I've already, my time is far spent. I'm gonna find it and post it. Anyway, there's 2 orders from her. One order was from 2015. One was from 2016, okay? And the orders went to, and I quote on the address, right? And I quote, hold on, I'm finna quote it for you. I gotta figure out what page it's, so I wrote it down, okay? It's on page 3. 2407 South Congress Avenue, Suite E604, in Austin, Texas, 78704. If you Google 2407 South Congress Avenue, do you know what you will find? A UPS store. So you mean to tell me that Melanice is going around telling people that I doxed her and I never even had her personal information? Do you mean to tell me I never even had it? So how can I give out someone's personal information that the fuck I don't even have? That's what she purported, that I gave out all of her personal information. So she does this whole tirade on Roland Martin and the whole bit. Now let me catch you up to speed with the stalking situation, and let's go from there, because I got video and everything from there. So on March 17th. There is no, we don't have to doubt, we don't have to guess about this. On March 17th, Melanie's Ford shows up outside of my barber shop, okay, in Sandy Springs. I have since found a different barber, but she showed up outside of my barber shop in Sandy Springs, okay? She did a live stream on Twitter, which has since been deleted. But y'all love me enough that y'all screenshot and recorded what she put up on March 17th, that particular evening, after she was in the bushes, put a shirt on my car, recorded me from behind the bushes, and then told the police officer and the judge that the person she was with put the shirt on my car, not her. But I have the video right here, and I'm going to play it.
To get there, again, I was already across the street, so I could get there quicker. And then the investigator got there, working on the process server, and some other people who I can't say were on their way. And so I just happened to be there. And while there, the shirt was put on his windshield. I wanted to see it, y'all. I did. I wanted to see it. I keep saying it. It may have, out of all this time, out of 6 years, okay, I had an immature moment. But yeah, I wanted to see his ass be served, and I wanted to see him to see the shirt. I did. Let me see what else.
All right. So she said that. Now let's unpack what she said, because she said that I wanted to see his ass be served. I was waiting on the investigator, and I was waiting on the process server. That's what she said, right? Y'all heard what she said? Investigator and the process server. Now, a couple things you should know. Under oath, she says today, and I quote, "I did not put the shirt on his car. The person I was with put the shirt on his car. However, I am accepting responsibility for putting the shirt on his car." Now, the picture that we took and the video y'all seen on March 17th only showed two people. It didn't show a third person outside. She further tells the police officer, which I'll play the video shortly, tells the police officer that the third person happened to be in her car. Now, if you go back and look at the almanac on March 17, 2022, it was 85 degrees outside. If you know anything about Atlanta, full sun, 85 degrees outside, 110 inside the car. So I said to myself, the person must be dead. When was the funeral of the person who put the shirt on the car? Because they ain't no way you telling me that these people sat outside after they put this shirt on my car. She gonna tell people in court that person could have been behind the electrical panel. Ma'am, okay. Then let's just go back and listen one more time, because I want you to hear this carefully.
To get there, again, I was already across the street, so I could get there quicker. And then the investigator got there, working on the process server, and some other people who I can't say were on their way. And so I just happened to be there.
Waiting on the process server. Now, I'm not that smart. I mean, I ain't that dumb either, but I'm not that smart. If you're waiting on a process server, doesn't that mean you would have had to have filed a complaint or a lawsuit in some jurisdiction, some county, some city, some state, some municipality, some district, something? You got to file first, right? Our question is, what'd you file? You already admitted that you ain't seen me in 5 years. So if you ain't seen me in 5 years, the question is, what did you file in what court? Because I don't know much about life, but one thing I do know is that a process server does not need help serving. That's what they paid to do. So you waiting on what now? Okay. Then she says she happened to be across the street. Now, I'm going to play this other video I want y'all to see. I'm going to put it up here so y'all can see it good, all right? Let me pull it up, because I think this also sheds light. Now, this is the I'm going to set the scene. This is the dash cam video, okay? And on this dash cam video, not dash cam, body cam. This is the body cam video. On this body cam video, this is her going to the police on the 19th of March, not the 17th. So that would have been 2 days after she was in the bushes, okay? Now this is the video between Sis and the lovely officer. I'm gonna play it from the beginning, all right? I want y'all to hear. Let me make sure you can hear this. Hold on, make sure you can hear this. I don't want this to escalate, like, because this is dangerous. Hold on, this is the one I want. Okay. This the video right here. Give it a second and the sound will come up. Okay, you just give it a moment and let the sound come up. You know, he just getting out. I'm gonna go through it all line by line. Let's go.
Hello.
I need your help.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it possible?
Okay.
You got mail camera.
Yes, ma'am. We're required to.
No, it's not a problem. I need your help. I
Okay.
have concerns about this.
Okay.
And I need to talk to the officer if possible. Kingsley, hi. Sorry about the dog. On Thursday afternoon, I'm trying to get to the headquarters, but the door is closed. On Thursday afternoon, I received notification that a gentleman who has been terrorizing me for 6 years was in a particular location.
Okay.
I just happened, I am not lying to you all, I happened to be in the area in my husband's car at the Mercedes dealership.
Okay.
He was at his barber. His barber is like right there on Dalrymple,
Okay.
right behind like the Shell station.
Over there by the CVS and everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's exactly where he was.
Okay.
And so I'm at the thing. I get the ping.
Nora 120, Nora 132, copy of missing person.
Hold on. I get the ping. Where is it? All the way back up. I get the ping and I call the reporter. You see his name.
6317 Russell Road.
Okay.
And he says, I can't make it. He said, but the process server is going to be there. And I said, you're kidding me. I said, I'm literally right across the street from there.
Okay.
I said, I'm going to go. And no, it probably was not the best idea. But this man has been terrorizing me for 6 years. I wanted to film it. I wanted to see it. I finally wanted to see him served. I did. So that's all I did. I literally was there. I can show you the video.
Okay. What are you trying to get him served with? Is it like a protection?
It's a summons.
Okay.
It's a summons.
Okay.
And so he has been evading service. He's a horrible person. And I know you all have to remain neutral. That's what my concern is. Because what he did do, while we're waiting on the people, he blocked my car in. So he figured out which car was mine because I was in this one. He blocked me in. I couldn't leave. I was not alone. He called the police and he went from laughing about it, which I can show you. He was like, oh, ha, 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 this is a class act, so on and so forth. To when the police gets there, I'm a social media influencer. I have 1 million followers. This woman's crazy. She's a stalker. I did not follow that man there. I was at the dealership. I had the paperwork to show I was at. It was just a crazy coincidence.
Okay.
But when the officers come, now he's online telling me he's posted my car, he's posted my full name. It has turned into even more of a nightmare. And when the officers get there, and I'm going to say this respectfully, there was one African American female officer, and there was one Asian officer, I think one other additional officer.
Okay.
You know, he's online now telling everybody else, yeah, the officer was telling me, yeah, she's full of shit. There was no way she was in the area because there's not a Bentley dealership in the area. Well, I didn't want to blast out him what our other car was, but I'm like, officer, look at the paperwork. Like I was across the street. So I guess my concern is because this man has done this for 6 years, and that I felt like the officer was like, no, she wasn't. This is not a coincidence. And y'all have feelings too, and y'all form opinions. Even though when y'all was supposed to stay on the straight and narrow, I wanted to make sure that had a full understanding of what.
This is the body cam video. This is the body cam video.
Inspired,
Okay.
because I felt like they weren't listening. I felt like they were just like, okay, yeah. You say you would, but don't be out here following people. I'm like, I'm not following him. Look at the text message. The reporter's on the way. The processor server's on the way. It was just a coincidence. Go look at my husband's car. We just moved back here. I took it over there to get the emissions.
Okay.
And I wanted them to know what the real deal was.
Okay.
That's all.
So is an issue? Have you seen the report? I know it's still just yesterday or the day before.
The day before, I have not, but and I know he is a liar, but the way he's online, and it is, and I know I should reserve, but I know what I felt while I was there, and I know what the officer, she kept saying to me, well, you know, you can't be following anybody, and I was like, I wasn't following him. I keep trying to tell you, I was not following him. And what she said to me, she said, actually, he's the one that's wrong. He said, because he blocked you in. He said, you can't do that. She said, that's unlawful detainment or something like that, she said. So I was like, okay, well, then maybe I'll go and file me a police report for unlawful detainment because I did not do that at the time.
Okay. So are you just concerned that the officers at the time weren't necessarily taking you serious, or?
I do, in all honesty, they were very kind, they were very professional, but even with showing her the documentation, there was one other person that was in the car, she didn't talk to that person. Okay. Y'all are kind of busy, so y'all really don't have time for that, but he is so articulate, and this is what he does. I mean, I can show you the video where he went from laughing, but when you all got there, it was like, you know, I'm so famous, and you know, I have over 1 million followers, and I have to be concerned, and this lady's crazy, she's a stalker. I've never been in the same place with this man at the same time, but he built it up, and I feel like it was so convincing that it has me concerned, because I was talking to my husband about it this morning, and it just made me concerned, and I really wanted to make sure that all of the facts were in the report, because I know this dude, he's going to take it, he's going to turn it, and it's going to be, it has already been a nightmare for 6 years. This man is somebody that I bought a cookbook from, and when I spoke to him privately about being so nasty to people, he went online and gave my full name, where I live.
Where I live. All right, I just told you, I don't even have her address, but go ahead.
One of his crazy followers found my address, which he already provided, and my parents' address, and told me.
Her parents' address. I didn't even know the woman had a mama alive, okay?
They're going to find me and F us up. I have been dealing with this for 6 years. The man said that he had traced my IP address and found out that I had been the one that has been giving him death threats and hate mail. And I said, that's slander, but he's been evading, and he won't.
He's been evading service. Y'all hear what she said, right? Okay.
You know, you would think that it's like kind of one of those little things that you would just be like, you know, just let it go. But he continues to do this. His name is Darius Williams. He's Darius Cooks, and he's put people's social security numbers on. He's a cyber.
People's social security number. I put him online, right? You heard what she said.
And I'm not trying to make this racial, but I am going to make this racial. Nobody gives a shit about a black man attacking black women on social media. People got better shit to do. They do. And he is relentless. He just posted another woman in Detroit of her children because she has been speaking out against his behavior. So he posted her children, and nobody's stopping him. We've tried to get him off Twitter. They're looking at it, but they're slow. They get violations, and we're doing things lawfully. Like I've known where he's lived. I mean, I've worked with Bill Russell, and he got me in touch with somebody that has been watching this man, and that's how we found out all about the lawsuits and all this other kind of stuff. And I said, let the authorities handle it. Like, I wasn't even living here. I just got back here. I'm from here, but I just got back. And so when I was over there dealing with the car, and I get the ping, and you saw it, where they're like, okay.
This is where it notifies you whenever.
Okay, I feel like we've heard enough. I feel like you know where this is going. And there's just one thing I would love to point out before we continue. You kind of get the idea, right? I just want to point one thing out before I tell you about court today, all right? So at
Barber is like right there on Dalrymple, right behind like the Shell station.
Over there by the CVS and everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's exactly where he was.
Okay.
And so I'm at the thing. I get the ping.
Nora 120, Nora 132, copy of that.
Wait, let me figure out what it said.
That's exactly where he was.
Okay.
I just happened. I am not lying to you all. I happened to be in the area. My husband's car at the Mercedes dealership.
Okay.
He was at the.
She says, I happen to be in the area at the Mercedes-Benz dealership in my husband's car. It's just a quote from her. She said it. I didn't make this up, right? But then she says,
See him serve. I did. So that's all I did. I literally was there. I can show. I was not alone. And so he has been evading service. He is a horrible person. And I know you all have to remain neutral. That's what my concern is. Because what he did do.
okay, now remember what she just said. I was in my husband's car at the Mercedes-Benz dealership.
I were waiting on the people. He blocked my car in. So he figured out which car was mine because I was in this one.
He figured out which car was mine because I was in this one. This is a blue Bentley, not a Mercedes. All right, I'm from Chicago. I done seen a whole lot of good shit in life. I ain't never seen one person drive 2 cars at the same time. Nevertheless, that's what she purports. So what I did was I filed a temporary restraining order, which I was granted in ex parte for the last, 5 months, right? So the new order would have only lasted for 7 months anyway. But I was granted one for 5 months. I waited until the police report was ready. I took the police report offline, went down to Cobb County because when we did the police report, we both gave our driver's license. So on the police report, now I got her home address, which she swears up and down I had prior to, I didn't. So then I filed the restraining order with the advocate, because you got to think about like it's restraining order court, right? So like if it's like domestic violence or like that and women, you get scared, they have an advocate who can help you out. So I go to the advocate, they help me file the paperwork. We go before the judge the next day. Now, let me just key you into one small detail that'll help you put this together. You haven't heard this before. This is new information that I'm now speaking out on, okay? There was a woman on Twitter by the name of Natalie Lawyer Chick. She is clearly against me. She hates my guts. If you Google her, she is a licensed, she's a real lawyer, right? So what happened, and I didn't know she was that against me. It wasn't until my best friend told me, why the fuck would you do that? That woman hates you. I didn't know. So I wanted to debunk this idea of evading service because everybody kept saying he's evading service, evading service. So I get on Twitter and I tell Natalie exactly where I was. 1948 Northside Drive, Atlanta, Georgia. I was there for dining with Darius Cooks. You might remember this. Well, guess who shows up at the door? It wasn't a process server. It was Randy Travis from Fox 5 that had been contacted by Melanie's Ford to do a story on doxing, which gave him his numbers. Then the follow-up story was serving alcohol at Dining with Darius Cooks, and then that's been the only story so far. So what I did do was I left the house in 1940 Northside Drive, went to Cobb County to do the thing. That was it was like the 19th, I want to say, 1920, somewhere around when I was doing Dining with Darius Cooks in Atlanta. So here's what happened. So I go to the court, I fill out the paperwork, and the lady who helped me says, you can either go before the judge today or you can go in the morning. And I said, well, it was already the afternoon and I had to do Dining with Darius Cooks. So I said, I'll take this home, I'll fill it out, I'll come back the next day. So I go back the next day, get the paperwork to the advocate, I go before the judge. I explain what happened with the judge. The judge immediately grants the ex parte order and sets a trial. So what happens is once you as a petitioner, right, or the plaintiff, once you go to the judge and say, okay, here's what's happening, the defendant / respondent has to be served. Now let's talk about evading service for a moment. Because what they give you is 30 days to try to serve the respondent. And if the respondent, they can't serve them, then what happens is the judge will see the case, dismiss without prejudice, and then you have to go back and refile. The Cobb County Sheriff Department tried 3 times at the address on record to serve Melanie's Ford, and they were unable to do so. I got a phone call the day before we were scheduled to be in court. I want to say it was April 16th I got the phone call. We were shooting, I'm working on my stuff for the app, so we were shooting for the app. Eugene was there, Shakuria was there, Madeline was there. It was an Airbnb. So they called me and said, don't come to court because we weren't able to serve her. The judge is going to see the case, dismiss without prejudice, and then you can refile. So I'm cool. Okay, I'll just go back down there. So I'm shooting. I get a phone call, and it's a different advocate, but he's like, the judge wants to know how come you're not in court. I said, because y'all called me yesterday and said don't come because she hadn't been served. So he was like, well, the judge just wants to see you on the Zoom thing. I said, okay, cool. So I get on the Zoom for the judge, and the judge was like, well, why aren't you here? And I said, because they called and told me not to come because she hadn't been served. Oh, he said, oh, she hadn't been served. So then he says, hold on. Hold on, hala. Wait, hold on. Okay, so the judge says, okay, well, is it true? He looked at the Melanie's and opposing counsel, and they said, yeah, we haven't been served. Okay. So then the judge said, are you accepting service right now? They say yes. So First Amendment, your amendment rights, they accept the service. So now we got to come back in 30 days. All right. Now, in between them 30 days, Sis goes on a media blitz, including Randy Travis and them, and you might remember the infamous interview she gave, several interviews with Roland Martin on his platform. Yes? Let's talk about that for a second, okay? So one of the questions they asked Sis on Roland Martin, how did you meet Darius? That one of the questions they asked. How did you meet Darius? She told Roland Martin, Monique Presley and them, she said, my husband and I are philanthropic. And he reached out to us. That's what she told these people. She told the people that my husband and I are philanthropic, okay? And he reached out to us. That is what she told the people. I want to read something for you, and this is Facebook Instant Messenger. You cannot delete a message because it will say message deleted by sender or by author, all right? This message is dated November 5th, 2015. Let's go. Hello, Darius. I have a Facebook friend whom you may already be familiar with, and she would like to meet you and make an offer of her home in Houston for your home tour. Her name is Melanie Ford. She says you may know her from Periscope as Agate Adorned. May I introduce you? I'm gonna make sure you can really see this man introduce you part. May I introduce you? All right, you might want to screenshot. Okay, may I introduce you? Instagram, I can't believe it's been an hour already, child. Hold on 1 second. I gotta restart Instagram. Don't give me an hour now. I don't know what that's about. Instagram, give me a second. Let me reset. I'm gonna be right back. Here we go. Everybody else, hold on 1 second, all right? I'm gonna discard this video. I'm gonna go this live, and I'm gonna say, let's go. No, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna say, all about Melanie's. That's what I'm gonna say. Because it's really all about her. And I'm gonna get to this court case and why I lost in 1 second. Okay. Bam. Instagram is back up. Hold on 1 second. All right, we're back. Instagram. Okay. Child, what was I talking about? Oh, she said, okay, that's where I was at. Hold on, let me pull this back up. Okay. So she says on Roland Martin that that's how we met, right? But this says her name is Melanie Ford. Her name is, my text is going up crazy, okay? Baby, my text messages are going crazy. All my people, my real phone number. Okay, it says, may I introduce you? That's what this say, all right? So, first of all, from 2015, please tell me how in the hell you gonna tell the people on Roland Martin that that's how the fuck we met on Roland Martin, and you know good and dang on well you reached out to a mutual friend. I'm gonna keep reading. I said hi, and this is from a guy who I ain't never even met the man. He live in Chicago. It says, I said hi, I did Houston already. I don't go back until next year, okay? And he says, that is cool. She would still like to open her home to you. I think she's been living part-time in Europe. She and I are members of a scandal Facebook group, and she hit me up to ask if I can make an introduction because she is very impressed with you and is in food love with you, as many of us are. A mutual friend from a scandal Facebook group. Hold on, she said block you. Hold on, let me block you. Hi, user on this channel. All right, anybody else want to get blocked on YouTube? Let me know, okay? You could join whoever I just said to block. Big Bat. You can go there too. You can go right on with him. Okay. I replied and I said, if her home isn't listed on Airbnb, I can't use it insurance purposes. He furthers and says, I'll tell her. I am not sure what she had in mind, but if you like, I can get her number and you can speak with her directly. I say, nah, honestly, it's more of a hassle for me and I'd rather not deal with it. 2015. If her house is on Airbnb, cool. If there's a better house that suits my needs, then I'll go with that. I've got 68 events in 2016, no time to try and rent a specific house. Now, I'm not new to this, true to this, all right? He says, I'll send you what she said exactly. Not looking for a payday, I just adore the brother. And I think my home will work best for where he is attempting to go. I reply, thanks, but like I said, administratively, it's a headache. She comes back and says, okay, but I think more than that, she would be a really good connect for you. She is a celebrity jewelry designer. You can reach out to her via her email, melanies@me.com. She admires your work. I said, appreciate it. I'll need to pass though. He finally says, okay. Now let me tell you how this even came up. March 17th of this year, I get a message that says, oh, sweet Lord, I just read your post about Melanie's Ford. I am so sorry. I had no idea she was like that. I said, she's nuts. He says, clearly, protect yourself. So I'm thinking to myself, how in the hell do he even know Melanie's like that? Like he knew her whole name, and I felt like he knew her like more than just like that, not in passing, like there may have been a conversation or two by the way he pushed it. So I'm like, damn. So I scroll up, and as you can see, I never responded to this guy. You do not see shit from me to him until right here when he starts talking about Donna with Darius Cooks, okay? Plain and simple, all right? So she goes on Roland Martin. Tell the people on Roland Martin that I'm gonna get to the court case in 1 second, all right? I have 11 pages of notes from court, so get ready. She tells the people on Roland Martin that that's how we met. I reached out to her and her husband because they are philanthropic. Now, I'm going to go on record and say this about Melanie's Ford. Melanie's Ford is very articulate, okay? Melanie's Ford knows how to dot every I, cross every T. Her subjects and her verbs agree. She knows the proper use of an adverb. She knows how to use a comma to separate a dependent clause from an independent clause, a semicolon to separate two dependent clauses. She knows all that, okay? For someone who is seemingly this intelligent, for someone who is seemingly this smart, I want you to hear her response to Monique Presley asking her a very simple question. Hold on, I want to blow it up.
There was the basis of the TRO request just on him being videotaped or being surveilled by you and by the reporter you were working with?
Correct. But
I had my attorney had seen, or I had heard from what he posted online.
Just pause right there. What? What happened? I'm sorry. What you said? I'm sorry. Girl, what? It's a very simple question. The question was, did he use the facts to secure the TPO? Plain and simple. The one that was in effect the last 5 months.
There was the basis of the TRO request just on him being videotaped or being surveilled by you and by the reporter you were working with?
Correct. But I had my attorney had seen, or I had heard from what he posted online. The facts in which he used to even secure the TPO are not factual, and I will say that.
But you are the person who's on the video.
I am. I absolutely am the person that is on the video. Absolutely.
Okay, so she says that the facts that were used to secure the TPO are not factual. Monique says, but aren't you the person on the video? She says, yes, that is me. Where the lie is in that, I don't know. Now, let's talk about court today. I have a lot to go through, but I want to, let me give you the short, because some of y'all are ready to go. So let me give you the short of why the case was lost, okay? And all this is available on peachcourt.gov. You can get it all over there, all right? So the stalking statute, which is statute 16-5-90 in the OCGA, is what we use to go after the stalking case, all right? As you've seen with all sorts of cases, things could go one way or the other based on how the trial goes, okay? The statute reads as follows. A person commits the offense of stalking when he or she follows, places under surveillance, or contacts another person at or about a place or places without the consent of the other person for the purpose of harassment and intimidation. Let me say it one more time. This is Georgia statute 16-5-90. A person commits the offense of stalking, okay, when he or she follows, places under surveillance, or contacts another person at or about a place or places without the consent of the other person. That's the statute, all right? When you look and go a little deeper, and there are two cases you have to look at for case law. The first one is Marks versus State, and the other one is Chan versus Ellis, right? You got to look at case law. When you look at these two cases, they explicitly go through what the definition of harassment and intimidation is. Now, you can't be upset with the judge. You and I, we understand and we can call it stalking, right? Based on the way the law was written, there is not enough evidence to substantiate stalking, and I will tell you why, okay? So there are 4 scenarios that you have to look at under the idea of harassment and intimidation, all right? So the first one happened in 2016 when she left me the voicemail, right? She left the voicemail, you heard the voicemail, but there was never a response, at least evidence of a response from me that told her to stop, okay? This is Georgia law, y'all, Georgia law. You have to have evidence or record that you told somebody to leave you alone. Even though the voicemail is there, even though they're admitting to it, the law is the law. You can't be upset with the judge. I can't be upset with her. I can't be upset with her lawyer. It is, and the judge said that. The judge said, this is the way the legislators wrote the law. I'm interpreting it based on how they wrote it, okay? So because there was no action taken, and I never did tell her, stop, don't send me another message, it doesn't count as harassment, okay? The law. Number 2, there was email and back and forth on social media and an email between she and I after this 2016 voicemail. First of all, let me tell you what I found out today, and I knew my suspicions were correct about this particular individual. This is the reason why. If you see I'm not hanging out with y'all or getting close to y'all, this is the reason why. So you might notice that there is somebody who is missing from our community. She goes by the name of Tracy Campbell, right? Tracy used to be a part of our community, but I was in Vegas, I guess last year or year before last. I forget exactly when it was. But we were in Vegas, we were having dinner. I was sitting right next to Tracy. I don't even know if it's still in my text message. Let me see. I was sitting right next to Tracy. No, I don't have it. I've got a new phone since then, so I definitely don't have it in here. Maybe. Come on, God. November 9th, 2020. I do have it, okay? So after Tracy left me this, now we're at the Aria at Bardot, okay? We're having steak and French 75s and French macaroni cheese and a whole bit, right? So Tracy leaves me this. She's sitting literally, I'm right here, Tracy's right here, right next to me, okay? She sends me this text message while we are sitting right next to each other. Since we vowed to deal in transparency and to be open, honest, and vulnerable with one another, you didn't have to say no like that. I don't really know what the issue is that you really have with me. However, comma, I don't want anything from you. I don't have any ulterior motives. I genuinely love you and care about you. Me offering to help you is just the type of person and friend / sis I am. You have never heard me mentioning you or trying to use you or your status. It's been nothing but other than pure love and friendship for me. All I have been through and I'm going through right now, health-wise, and she's cancer. She has cancer. I don't know if she's in remission or not, but you know, praying we don't want nobody to go from cancer, okay? All I have been through and am going through right now, health-wise and personal, I am just in a different space in life and just needed to say this to you since the last Greens and Gravy / brand ambassador incident situation. Love you, mean it, okay? So she was sitting right next to me while she was typing this message. That was my last straw with Tracy, right? I had already had suspicion that she was kind of a little, you know, I can't really trust you like that. But that sitting next to me, and you sent me this message, we talking, Tim was there, Tim Smith, whoever else was there, we talking, laughing, and then you sitting over here doing all this, that's extra drama I don't need, right? So today in court, I'm looking at the evidence presented. Child, tell me why my email to Melanice Ford was on July 1st, 2016 at 10:23 and 57 seconds p.m. to address to issue her a refund via check. That's how I verified the 2407 South Congress Avenue Suites E604, Austin, Texas 78704, which is a UPS store, right? Tell me why the copy I just saw forwarded to Tracy on January 10th, 2017 at 3:50 a.m. What the hell do Tracy and Melanice got to do hooking up together? Number one, that's their business. But Tracy, if you close to me and you know she the enemy, what, sis, bro, I can't trust that. You see what I'm saying? And I learned that today from court. But anyway, okay. So the first thing, like I said, I'm gonna recap the four. I said it's gonna be short, but this really ain't short. So the first one is the voicemail. I didn't take any action in 2016, all right? Number two, the back and forth emails, right? About the refund, all that happened after 2016 happened in 2017. So the judge said, I gotta consider that. Okay, Melanice purports that she has never been at the bakery, which is the same place where my barbershop was. Now, on August the 21st, 2021, was it 21st? Whatever. Hold on, I'm gonna read it to you. I got the receipt. Hold on one second, I got it. I got all the text messages, child. Okay, I'm no longer, I don't go to the barber no more. He kind of pissed me off last week and I was pretty much done with that. Okay, after he had me waiting too long, so I go to a new barber from Chicago around the corner, all right? And you know, in Atlanta, barbers come a dime a dozen. You feel me? So, all right. Okay, so this is in, oh shit. This is August 24th. Okay, so this is the text thread on August the 11th. Okay, August the 11th, 2020. From my barber. Some woman is looking for you. I said, who? He says, pass by my door and ask for you and where your door is. I said, oh, okay. Her name, but she won't give it to me. She wears glasses and has her side shaved. I said, not sure. He says she has dreads. I said, got it. He says, it's the lady we talked about yesterday. I said, LOL, nah. He says, I'm so serious. She's talking to me now. He said, Lord have mercy, I'm trying to enjoy my day, and here comes the Darius talk. Okay, so then he called me and I said, I'm on the line. He said, she just left, SMH, she cray cray, call me, I just left, she's outside waiting on you. Okay, so and that was in August. Now, on August 12th, she posted on her own Twitter page a video peeking inside the Carolina Pound Cake Bakery, right? She posted a video. Now, I'm on mini tour at this point. I'm DC, wherever I'm at, doing mini tour for Dining with Darius Cooks, and she's looking for me posting whatever. She says she didn't go there, and she, under testimony, said, under oath, she said that the video was sent to her. That's what she said. Even though on the video it says photo credit Agatha Dorn. That's what it's saying. She said she didn't do it. It was sent to her. Fine, it is what it is, right? We can't prove anything different than that, right? If my barber would have came to court, we could have proved it, but he don't want his name on record. You figure out why, okay? Lastly, the other reason, and I'm quoting the judge, March 17, 2022, the respondent's conduct does seem strange. However, behavior has to be ongoing and a pattern, and there needs to be more than a single incident. There is no independent evidence of this happening. Sorry, we taking care of a little business. So the judge says it has to be more than one time. It can't just be one time. Okay, all right. So those are basically the 4 reasons we lost the case. Those are 4 reasons I didn't get the order of protection granted, is because of those 4 things. Now, you could say whatever you want to say about, no, but she was in the bushes. Yes, she was recording. Sure, but there needs to be more than one incident based on the law. That's it, okay? Now, if you want to, that's the end of it with that, all right? But I'm going to go through some of the stuff that happened in the case, so if you want to stick around for that, you certainly can, okay? So this is page 1, 2, page 3 and 4, page 5 and 6, page 7 and 8, page 9 and 10, and then page 11. Okay, so first of all, I had to tell my attorney, because she keeps saying, like, he doxed me. He gave out my personal information. That's what she keeps saying, right? And I'm like, I never even had her personal information to give out. She says I gave out her cell phone number, okay? And then, of course, there's no proof to show that I gave out her cell phone number, all right? Then she says that her voicemail to me was first. Like, her voicemail happened first, and then I blocked her second. Ma'am, the voicemail was a response. I blocked you, and then after I blocked you, then you left me that voicemail. She purports it's the other way around. how, when on the voicemail she says, unblock me, and we can make this as public as you want to make it in front of everybody, okay? Then she says that I gave out her husband's information. Okay, that's what she said. She said, and I want to quote, because I wrote this down, quote, I want to quote this, because I don't want to screw this up. When she was cross-examined, oh, here it goes right here on page 4. She says, and I quote, Darius said that my husband drives around Atlanta seeking little boys. She said I said that on social media. Okay? Please, somebody, please, ma'am, please, sir, please tell me the last time you heard me say about this woman, sweet-looking husband. I mean, I gotta admit, all right, I gotta admit, if you want to call a spade, now, anybody got experience with the gays, it's got to be me, okay? If it's anybody got a little experience, but hey, who am I, okay? So then she says, now, and these are quotes. Baby, they could hire me as the transcriber. She went to the RBI dealership in Sandy Springs. She says she was going to get her husband's car serviced. She couldn't, and she left. She says, I went my way, and my husband went his. Now, this was a quote from Today in Court. I'm telling you what she said. She said she was going to get, okay. I drive a Range Rover. Before I had a Range Rover, I had a BMW X5, all right? While I had a BMW X5, I also had a BMW 650i convertible. Them shits need to be serviced. You don't just drive your car to a dealership talking about, I'm next in line for service. That is not how that works. You have to schedule your service ahead of time. And if your car is smart enough, your car would tell you it's time to get a service, make a phone call. This is a Range Rover key, all right? This is a Range Rover key. I'm telling you about these luxury cars. Some of y'all got them, you know what that is, right? So she says she was going to get her husband's car serviced. She said that one time. Then she turned around and said she was going to get the emissions test for the husband's car. Okay, fine. Okay, I already told you how she told the officer she was at the dealership in her husband's car. However, she was caught in the blue Bentley truck. Okay, let's go to page 2. She tells the court today that she was at the dealership since 8:30 and couldn't get done what she had to get done. Excuse me? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Just give me one moment. You told these people that you were at the dealership since 8:30 in the morning and you couldn't get the car serviced. So you sat at the dealership for 3 hours? Because you came over to my barbershop about 11:30. FYI, real fast, all you people talking about block these people and block those people, I'm not blocking anybody. The more you comment, the more money I get. So please, by all means, the more views I get, the more money I make, especially on YouTube and these Facebook platforms. So please, by all means, continue to comment. That's why I ain't stopped and blocked nobody. I'm not fazed by none of this. Please do me a favor and keep commenting. The more you comment, the more you talk, the more you comment, the more them checks are. So keep on, okay? So then she told the judge that I said on social media that she moved back to Georgia to stalk me. I said, damn, I never even knew the woman didn't live in Georgia. How am I supposed to know that? Okay? Okay, standing away from Mr. Williams with both hands on the camera recording. That's what she did. Okay, she admits under oath. That's what she said. She did not put the t-shirt on my car. However, she accepts responsibility for putting the shirt on my car. And my lawyer crossed the shit out of her and said, well, who did it? Who did it? If you didn't put the t-shirt on the man's car, how the hell did the t-shirt get out of your hand onto his windshield? When the picture that we posted on Instagram and the video we posted on Instagram ain't nowhere to be found, okay? Then she says, she says that she got to her car and realized I blocked her in. That's what she said. She said she was in her car trying to leave and I blocked her in. That's what she said. Now let's try to follow a bouncing ball. You out in the bushes putting the shirt on my car. I come outside, I'm in the car. I'm live on Instagram, in the car, pulling off, okay? You are still in the bushes. I'm pulling off to leave, realize your car was over there, so let me call the police so we can document this. How are you telling people you were in your car when you were still behind the bushes as I had drove over? Please help me understand, okay? None of that makes sense to me. If I'm walking out the barbershop, you in the bushes, your car way over there by the garbage can, by the garbage, the dumpster. That's where your car, way over there, your car over there. I'm way over here, but I'm driving out and I run by your car. Somebody said I need a bra. My boyfriend loves all of it. Thank you. How the hell is you in your car? And then you told these people that the person you was with was in the car. You told the police officer. They was in the, y'all heard it. Oh, they were in the car. Ma'am, it's 85 degrees outside. The car was all rolled up. How'd that work out? Okay. Okay. So I heard Tracy was on here on Instagram Live. I got rid of Tracy a long time ago. Tracy, I'm sorry. You tore your ass with me back in November. I blocked you back then in November, and I have not looked back since then. And the only reason I brought your name up is because when I seen this email today as an exhibit, I said, oh, wow, isn't that something? Tracy, okay? Which makes me even wonder what your loyalty was when we was together. But that's neither here. That's over with. I done moved on. Okay. So after we left court in May, okay, we leave court in May and we go to, me and Crystal, we get in the car. We know we fat. We like Papado. We was 10 minutes from Windy Hill, so we go over to Papado. We get a little crab salad. We get a little crab fingers. We over there having ourselves a good time, right? We leave, to get ready to leave. Y'all been to Papado before. Melanice and all the people she was with, her supporters, were sitting, they had just sat down at Papado. Me and Crystal was done. So we're walking out of Papado. We sitting over there, almost in the bathroom. We can't even see the front door. They telling the people that we went to Papado because they were there. When we didn't even notice them at Papado until we were leaving, they didn't notice us until we were leaving. Okay? How did we follow you to Papado first when we had paid our bill and y'all ain't even ordered yet? Cool. Okay. So they say, well, he took a picture with Melanice's car in the background to troll her. Child, y'all know Crystal. Y'all know Crystal. Crystal was like, get a picture of me. And I told Crystal, come to court conservative. She had on a whole bodysuit today with a belt. I don't know what she be doing. I said, come. Crystal had on some tight dress. She had on some yellow thing with glitter. I said, Lord Jesus. So she always wanted a picture. Get a picture of me, get a picture of me. So I took a picture of her, but I didn't want her to take a picture by my car, so I put her in the parking lot. I did not know that Melanice's car was behind there. I had no idea, but it is what it is, okay? So they said in court today that we were looking for Melanice's car. Take a picture in front of her. We were looking for it. How we looking for something we didn't even know the hell y'all was there? How we did that? Okay, now, Melanie's who I blocked, who in court says, I don't keep up with what he does. This live streams. Twice, she says, I have spoken about this case, and I quote, 140 times since she stopped counting in June. Who the hell is watching that many live streams of mine to understand that I'm talking about you 140 times about the case? Then she said, I spoke about her 143 times, but she stopped counting in June. Well, sis, make this 144. Okay, that's page 3, ain't it? What's on page 4? Okay, page 4. Okay, I talked about the husband she said, oh, and then she started crying at that point. She says, he says online that my husband drives around Atlanta seeking little boys. First of all, I don't play with gay shit like that, all right? As fruity as I am, as gay as I am, as much of a sissy as I am, I don't play about that with other people, number one, okay? Number two, do you know how many people of a particular age follow me? Grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers, people who are of a certain age, right? I can name Auntie Karen, I can name Auntie Sherry on Instagram, Janelle ain't of a particular age, but she old enough. Hey, Janelle. Mama Karen is on there. Linda Gibson, Karen Warfield from Philadelphia. These are people who've been following me for a long time, okay? Who honestly would come to me and say, Darius, I've been following you too long. I love you like you my own. You were wrong. Don't do that no more. These people would come to me, especially if they heard me say something like that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't do that kind of stuff because it just don't make sense to do it. But she purported I did it, okay? Now she says I posted links to her husband's job. Sis, I the fuck ain't did that. I don't give a shit about your husband. But what I do know is that your husband has a high-profile job with a high-profile company. You ought to be a little careful about how you move on these social media streets. See, you have to operate with a certain level of decorum when your coin comes from a place where you have to maintain a certain look, a certain aesthetic at all times. I never did that. Now, the people who support me might have gone down here and said, you know what, let's get her. I don't get no joy out of that. Now, I will tell you all day, twice on Sunday, that he worked for UPS and he is the chief human resource officer, but do that as you may. They done posted my property tax bill, my address. Do with it what you want. It's all fair game now, okay? Okay, so after the May 17th court date, now this all happened in court, her attorney asked her, why did you record the video? The video where she says, you know, the optics look bad, all that. He said, why did you do that? She says, I've been quiet and now I had to tell my story. That's what she told these people, okay? We still know what story she did. Now, let's talk about this claim on, this is evidence that was submitted, R21, okay? Now, let me tell you what she did. First of all, let me back up for 2 seconds because you're going to find this to be quite interesting if you're following along. You did recall me telling you that she had never been served, right? That's the reason why the court date was pushed from April to May because she had never been served. So she had to accept service, okay? When she accepted service, she was sitting in the courtroom at the Superior Court of Cobb County, her and her representation, her legal counsel. If you're not tapped in and you're not anointed, you might have missed this. Why is a person who never been served sitting in the courtroom? Why is a person who has admitted, I've never been served, I've never been served, why are you and your attorney in these people's courtroom? Right? Did you wake up that morning and say, it's a good day to get dressed and just go sit in courtroom 205? Maybe they'll call my name on something. All right? You never got served. So why are you in court? Exactly. So now she says, and this is recent, so you might remember this. I was in Las Vegas on June 30th, right? So the continuation of the case was originally scheduled for June 30th, okay? June 30th, okay? Just go with me, just appease me for a little bit, all right? On June 30th, put up my calendar because I keep a serious calendar, okay? June 30th happened to be a Thursday, and that's the date that court was scheduled for. Now, what I did was I told my attorney I wasn't available for court. You know what they said? They saw me driving around in Las Vegas to 4 different dispensaries, eating dumplings in Las Vegas because that was more important than being in court. And the photo they posted was me with my edibles in my hand. First of all, the edibles in my hand was from Detroit, not from Vegas. They don't sell them kind in Vegas. They sold those in Detroit. Please get it right, number one. Number two, the reason court was canceled and pushed back is because if you recall, I had a flight to Las Vegas for dining with Darius Cooks that started the very next day. My flight had already been booked. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not. Hold on, let me go to my text thread with my attorney. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I like to keep my my status up on Delta, okay? So what I did was I purchased my ticket a while ago, okay? My ticket was purchased Saturday, May 28th, 2022, okay? That's when I bought this plane ticket. I paid $2,457.20 on May 28th, okay, for this plane ticket. Okay? That's what I paid. Why I pay that much for a plane ticket? So I can keep my platinum medallion status for next year. If you fly on Delta, you already know what I'm talking about. Okay? While the kitchen is posting that she flying first class for the first time, this is what we do all the time, FYI. Okay? So when they were trying to come up with the next court date, I couldn't make it on June 30th because I'm not getting a refund for a $2,400 ticket that I paid to go dining with Darius Cooks. Plus, if they did court that day, I would have had to miss the first night of dining with Darius Cooks. That's why it was really pushed back. She tells them that from my video, when I said I had the court date changed, she's saying that that I told them I control the court date. Okay, sis, fine. You tell them. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here go page 5. Okay, on page 5. Okay, she told the people that, first of all, it's hard to find me because I go from city to city to city to city. Sis, first of all, I travel for a living. It's called a job, okay? She says that as it pertains to the July 25th live stream where I was discussing the case, I keep repeating her and her husband's name over and over and over again. So they played the video, but they stopped just shy of the part that makes her look bad, okay? So when I said on the video, I said, I'm planning to do, you might remember this, July 25th, I was in New York City. I was talking to Jamil George, who's been following me. Jamil came to my very first dining with Darius Cooks, March 7, 2015. Jamil, you might remember this if you're watching, sis. Jamil was talking to me. She's like, oh, I remember all this. And I was telling Jamil, the table, that I'm planning on doing a live stream to clear my name. They stopped it right there because they thought I was referring to Melanice only. If you keep listening, it talks about Roland Martin, the Kitchenista, Danielle Holland, scamming. All of that is what I planned on. But they stopped the video right there, fine. But the video didn't matter no way because it is what it is, okay? Now there was one part I laughed at. I should have laughed. But Instagram, do y'all remember when I did the funeral for her the other day? I did that funeral with the music playing and I was reading the thing. That was so good. But when I tell you they played that in court and I was trying not to laugh, but it was good, okay? They said we had a fake funeral for her. How did it feel? And what they did was, I tweeted the next day, y'all get these people from mentioning me. If I catch it, their feelings are gonna get hurt. I'm telling you now, I give zero fucks. The pettier I am, the more money I make, let's go. So they drew a connection between the funeral and that tweet, fine. It didn't matter anyway, because it had nothing to do with the price of tea in China, all right? Page number, what was that, 5 and 6, child? Okay, 5 and 6, here go page 7. Ain't this good? So on the cross-examination, she kept trying to explain the yes and no questions, okay? She says, I do not recall sending him hate email or death threats. He brings me up more than I bring him up. That's what she said to the people on the stand, right? So at 3:27, she says, and I wrote this down because it was today at 3:27 because I want to get the timestamp correct. I do not recall talking about the case. That's what she said on her social to these people online. Sis, you was on Roland Martin talking about the case. What do you mean? You was on Roland Martin talking about the case. What is you talking about? Okay. She says he picks these fights, but he can't help himself. He says he does this. Wait, what did he say? Person who does this for me? Oh. Let's get into real fast. Okay. So on the cross-exam, because now we on cross-examination. In the video that I played for you, she says we were waiting on the investigator and some more people who I can't tell you, right? She said that. Now, she contradicts herself on the video she posted on April 20th, 2022 at the 18-minute, 18.01 timestamp, okay? She said that it's nobody investigating me, but today, on the video she says, there is a person who does this for me and my family. She said that on Roland Martin, okay? Now, she lied and said she never said it, but then on Roland Martin, she said it. Okay, so let's get into the day of the incident, this message between Melanice and Randy Travis. Now, Randy Travis is a whole other beast in and of itself, because if Randy Travis don't mention Darius Cooks, Randy Travis don't get no views. Don't nobody give shit about the new stoplight on 10th and Piedmont. Don't nobody give a shit about the new bridge they building over Cheshire. They don't care about the new tax rebate on the goddamn solar panels, right? They don't care about that. You go look at Randy Travis. Go on Facebook and look at Randy Travis' page. Nothing. Darius Cooks, viral. Okay? She said she gets a ping and she was like, oh my God, what a coincidence. I happen to be across the street at the dealership. She gets a ping, right? So she says plenty of times that she got a ping. But today in court, when she was cross-examined, she let Randy Travis know I was at the barbershop. Now, how you tell these people you got a ping? We don't even say that no more. You got an alert. You got a ping that I was in the barbershop. But the text thread between you and Randy Travis is you telling Randy where I was because you saw it on my Instagram Live. Okay, sis. You and your ping. All right. So she says Randy was going to come, but his photographer was sick. So she told Randy, no, she said, Randy said, you get some footage. Let me just make sure I got this right. The photographer was sick. The video journalist was sick. So Randy Travis, who finna put this footage on Fox 5, told you and your iPhone to go out there and act on his behalf and get footage of me come out the barbershop. That's what Randy Travis told you? What part did the all black come in on? What part was having the bushes come in on? What part was putting the shirt on my car? What that come in at? Huh? Where is that in all of this in the conversation between you and Randy Travis? Now she says, she admits that she was not alone, refused to let us know who else was there. I don't know who moderated on TikTok, but thank you. All right? I'm gonna send you a cookbook or something. I don't know who I put in moderator. I don't even know how the fuck to work the moderators. I must have made you a moderator for last time. Thank you. Okay? So we never could get out of her who put the shirt on the car. And my attorney cross-examined the shit out of her and was like, well, how did it get on there? And she's like, well, I accept responsibility. Fine. Okay? Now, she talks about this evading service, right? That's what she keeps saying. I just played it for you. I play it one more time for reference. Hold on, let me play it one more time just so you can reference it. Because sometimes, you know, you be, like the Bible and stuff, you got to go back and read it because you forgot what they be talking about. So you got to go back and like listen again. That's why they wrote it, so you can reread it. Huh? Now, that's what she told. No, this ain't it. This is the wrong one.
There was.
This is it right here. Is this the one? Yeah.
Wanted to see his ass be him. If I was to say there was anything that I did that...
Let me go to the beginning. Hold on, I skipped a little bit past. That's why you got to read it. You can't skip over the word.
Wanted to see his ass be him. If I was to say there was anything that I did that... I don't know, y'all. I don't even have a good answer for that. I have to be very transparent with you all. I knew that the process server was coming. We were waiting. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. It was kind of like I wanted him to know. I didn't put it on there. The person with me put it on there. But I wanted him to know, like, we see you. We're everywhere. Did I want him to be uncomfortable? Yeah. That's just me being honest. Some of y'all may want to call it petty. Okay, I'll go with that. But what's so funny is that when Darius saw it, go back and look at his own post. His own post, he laughed. He was like, oh, y'all got me. Y'all got me. This is classic. This is classic. Now, what I should have done was once they put it on there, I should have left. I didn't. But when I tell you all, I wanted to see Darius serve those papers, and I wanted to see his reaction when he saw the shirt. I did. And so I stayed with somebody else, and which is really funny because Darius wants to make it like, oh, you're just a stalker in the bushes. And the optics do look kind of weird, but y'all, I can't concern myself with that. The way that Darius's truck was parked right in front of that, and which I'll post that picture too, because the ass parked in a handicap. We can debate. He does act handicapped, but anyway, he parked in a handicapped space, and where I could stand so I could see him, because I wanted to see him be served. I wanted them to hurry up and get there. I wanted to be able to take the picture. So I wasn't crouching down. I was standing there. But when he came out, because Darius is so full of it, I did step back and I kept recording. So as I'm backing up, there was like a fence there. I stood behind that because I just didn't want to be right there up close to Darius. I didn't know what Darius would do, even though there was somebody with me. But I did, y'all. I wanted to see his ass be served. I did, because he's been evading this for a long time.
I wanted to see his ass be served because he was evading this for a long time. And I quote from court today, at that date, there was no service issued. I thought there were, but instead, I should have given a cease and desist. But you heard her say she was waiting on the process server to get there. How you wait on the process server and you ain't filed? How you wait on the process server? Ain't no lawsuit, sis. Okay? So now she's saying that there was never backpedal, pussy popping. there was never a lawsuit. She thought there was a lawsuit filed. Y'all, I'm not making this up. You see how articulate she is. She said that she thought there was a lawsuit filed, okay? Now, on the cross-examination, my attorney asked her, were you in the barbershop prior to March of this year? She says, I can't recall if it happened before. I'm reading a quote. I literally wrote it down word from word, okay? Then my attorney asked her, well, how far is the dealership from your home? She furthers by saying, I can't recall. So my attorney says, how many times have you taken the car to be serviced? She said, I've gone 2 or 3 times. No, she said twice. She said, no, I've gone maybe twice. Maybe twice she's gone. And you don't know how long it take you to get there and you went twice? This your 3rd time going? And now you don't know how long it take you to get to the barbershop? To the dealership? Okay, fine. Here it goes. I quote, I've taken my husband's car maybe twice. But you wasn't in your husband's car. You was in the Bentley. All right, fine. So the judge says, I just got to clear this up. You talk about there being a private investigator. Who is the private investigator? So she says, as articulate as she is, I think it's like Foxconn or Foxcom or something like that. So the judge is like, well, is this, you say the people you were working with, so who is it? So she says it was a company within UPS that covers her and her husband and watches what I do online, okay? Then she says there was also another person that is monitoring me, and then she talks about their Twitter people who also keep up with me, okay? So this Foxconn or Foxcom is what, now I find it to be quite funny because there is a guy on Twitter named Foxconn right now who has been in support for me. So I just find the parallel quite entertaining that the security company that you can't figure out who it is, but you use them and UPS assigned them to you, you can't figure out if it's Foxconn or Foxcom that watches and details what I do. Because when they come back and they report to you, what they tell you? Who is it? What are the emails? Okay, fine. So then she says, the judge says, well, is this a security company? Are they watching him online or physically? She specifies online, okay? Now, earlier in the conversation, she was asked about the feud. How long has the feud been going on between the two? She said out of her mouth, I don't have a feud with him. My attorney said, well, it's clear you hate Darius, right? She says, no, I just hate the things that he does. My attorney says, well, here's some adjectives that I'm going to quote you on from today's case. Stupid, silly, whatever else. I don't remember I didn't write them all down, so I don't remember them all, okay? But he named about 7 adjectives she called me, all right? And he was like, for somebody who you don't like, clearly that's not how you refer to them. So on what are the questions where she's trying to answer about the security, and I quote, she says, most of our fights, and then she redirects the question because she realized what she said, okay? You just told the people we don't have no beef. You don't have no beef with me. You hate the things that I do, but then you say most of our fights. Now, I will tell you, I will always control the narrative. What she said to me as I was leaving the courtroom, her and her husband, they was over in the corner, me and Crystal waiting on the elevator. You know what she says to me? Control that narrative. That's what she said to me. Sis, don't you worry. I shall. Okay? Now, on page 10, she says, oh, Well, we couldn't properly service him because he moves around where he resides. Is there a law against that? Huh? Is there a problem with me going from city to city or being transient? I didn't think there was, okay? So she also says that the photos of the bakery were sent to her. She didn't take them, even though she posted them and gave herself credit for them, all right? So in the end, there are two cases that you can look at. One is Chan versus Ellis. The other one is Marks versus State, and those are both against statute Georgia 16-5-90. A person commits the offense of stalking when he or she places under surveillance, follows, or contacts a person at or about a place or places without the consent of the other person for the purpose of harassing and intimidation. Yes? Okay. So just to recap and to end this whole thing, the reason I lost the case are 4 particular reasons that basically in those 2 cases flesh out the idea of harassment and intimidation. Yes, the woman showed up unannounced. Yes, she put a shirt on my car. It was the first time she had done it. The judge requires there to be a pattern. So that means that she would have had to do it again to establish a pattern. So if she does it again, we win the case. She don't do it again, which is fine. I don't want her to do it again, right? So, but I will say this. If the shoe was on the other foot and it was a guy doing it to a girl, different conversation, but that's neither here nor there. So the 4 reasons we lost the case. The first one is that the voicemail I played for you from 2016, that she left me where she said we can make this as ugly as we want to make it, right? Why didn't you say this to begin with? I did. I started with this. So chill out, all right, before you get blocked. Matter of fact, here. I'll tell you what. We could just block you right now. All right. Anybody else want to go? You let me know. All right. Okay, so the 4 things. First, the voicemail that she left me in 2016, there's no record of me telling her, stop. Don't do it. Stop. Hold on. I got a lot of people to block on YouTube. Y'all, hold on 1 second. Let me get rid of this person. Hold on 1 second. Let me get rid of this person. Hold on 1 second. I got a lot of people to hide. Y'all, hold on 1 second. Here comes the lies again. Okay, let's get rid of you, Al Willis. Hold on 1 second. I got to clean house a little bit. Give me 1 second, y'all. Who else need to go? Oh, you got to go. No, you can stay. I can't anymore. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do that. You out of here. You swear you eating. All right, well, we're gonna be doing that by ourselves because you gone too, okay? Let me see if anybody else needs to go. Can't control the narrative of losing, but I can control the narrative of blocking, so I'm gonna get rid of you as well. I got Instagram, I got the warning. I'm finna go off. I'll be right back, Instagram. Hold on, y'all. Let me get Instagram back on the line. Child, this has been 2 hours already? Jesus. Let me see who else I got to block. All right. I think I got enough. If you want to get blocked, can you raise your hand? Oh, make you a moderator? Okay, here you go. I don't even know how to do that. Can I make you a moderator? Add a moderator. Yes. Hold on. Who else needs to be a moderator on here? I made 2 moderators. Can y'all block these people? Get them. Make you a moderator. Here you go, St. James. I don't even know who you are, but you finna be a moderator today. Add moderator. All right, go get them. God damn it. Okay, so the 4 issues, like I said, the voicemail, there was never a response from me saying, stop, don't do it. Number 2, there was proof that we had communication after the voicemail in 2016. Number 3, she admitted that she had never been to the bakery in 2021, even though she did. But my barber was not there to prove that. And then the last thing is, even though her conduct was strange on March 17th, it was the first occurrence of her being in the bushes. That is why I did not get granted a full order of protection, just the temporary order of protection that we got in March and stayed into effect until today. Okay? Now, that's everything. All right. Does anybody have any questions? I think I'm gonna do questions on Instagram. Matter of fact, I'm finna do an after party on Facebook Live. Okay? Let's do an after party on Facebook Live. Go to my Facebook page, Darius Cooks Williams, and we can do an after party over there, and I will answer as many questions as I can. It's gonna be a full. I already know it, but let's do an after party over there. All right? I love y'all. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna stop it. We can keep going. Just come on to Facebook, y'all. Facebook don't go nowhere. Bye, Facebook friends. Bye, YouTube.